Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So, in this lesson we're going to work on the hover sounds for the buttons. And we're going to begin here just after the onGUI function, before the IEnumerators, and we're going to create a new function, private void. Let's give this a naming convention of onHover, and let's just say sound manager. Open and close brackets, open and close again. And in fact, while we're here, let's just create another function. We'll need it soon. So we'll say private void play, let's just say hover sound. We'll open and close brackets again. We'll open and close. Before we go any further, let's come right to the beginning of the void update function. And right at the very top, we're going to call the onHover sound manager. Okay, let's open and close brackets. We'll close that line off. In the comments, we'll just say we're going to call that function. And I'll just copy and paste the naming convention in. And let's come down. So we'll begin with the onHover sound manager function. We're going to say if, open brackets, close again, inside those brackets. We're going to say if the fade value is less than 1, into the comments, if fade value is less than 1, we'll just say return, close the line off, and our normal comment of then do nothing and return. So all this is here for is just making sure that if the main menu hasn't finished fading in, we're not going to do anything. But if it has, we'll come below and we'll create a line break, and we're going to say rect. We're going to give that a naming convention of underscore start button rect. And that's going to be equal to a new rect. We'll open and close brackets, close the line off. And now we'll come inside those brackets there. So we're not actually drawing anything on screen. It's not like we're drawing a button or a label or anything we've done before. All we're doing is defining a space on screen with this naming convention. So space on screen or position on screen, whichever you prefer, with this naming convention, and we're going to make sure that that value on screen lines up with our start button. So let's come inside these brackets now. We're going to enter. We're going to say screen dot width divided by 2 minus, open and close brackets again. Inside those brackets, we're going to say the main menu button width divided by 2. Come after the first close bracket, comma, enter. And don't worry about the red error, that will go once we finish the line. But let's just code this out for now. We're going to say, let's say defined, let's just say defined rect equals, we're going to come here, we're going to say this position. And we'll put width. So we'll come below here. Now we need to define the height. So we're going to say screen dot height. we're going to say minus, open and close brackets. Inside the brackets, we're going to say screen dot height divided by 1.75f. And if we come up to here, the begin group code for our buttons. Now, if we take this line for the screen height, that also has a value of 1.75f. So if you've modified that value here, you need to use the same value here also. So we'll just continue on, still inside the bracket. We're going to say space plus main menu button height. We're going to comma at the end of the line. In fact, we don't need a line break. Let me just get rid of that. And we're going to come here. So I'll have to move the comments across. At this position height. So let's have a look at this line. We've still got some more code. That's the reason why we're getting this little red error here, but don't worry about that. So you might be saying, well, if we come up to the begin group, you've just used screen height divided by 1.75, but here you've used screen height and then minus that same value. So let me explain. When we define it like this, we're defining it from the top of the screen to the bottom. However, when you use this type of function, this rect, in this manner, it actually does the opposite. So it goes from the bottom of the screen to the top. So to make it line up, we just insert screen height minus and then that equation, and they should match up absolutely fine. Obviously, plus the button height is self-explanatory. So we just need the last bit of code for this line. So we'll say underscore main menu button width, comma, main menu button height. Into the comments, we're just going to say by these dimensions. And that's self-explanatory as well. We're just defining this position on screen by this width and this height at this position. So it should match up absolutely fine with our buttons. So it actually works kind of independent from the button itself. It won't seem that way when you test it out, providing you have no errors, but yes, we're actually doing it independent via this variable rather than the button itself. So I hope you all understand this. If you don't, as always, you can leave me a comment below and I will always try and answer your questions. As I've said to people who's left comments before and asked me to explain things, it may take me a while to get back to you, but I always try to get back to people. And let's just copy and paste that whole line in. So we're going to change underscore start button rect, and I'm sure you've guessed it's going to be option button rect. Let's change comment for start rect, for options rect. You can also put button in there if you like. I'll leave that up to you. So the width on screen is going to be exactly the same. Now the height we are going to have to modify. So let's have a little look. We're going to say main menu height. And we're going to say ×2. And in fact, I'm going to put that in brackets. So hopefully you can see that okay. And we'll also need, and I'm going to come here, we're going to say plus the main menu button offset this time. And in fact, I'll put this in brackets. So I'm going to close brackets there, and I'm going to open another bracket here. So now we have 2 open brackets here, 1 closed here, and then 1 closed here, and obviously this one was there already. So I hope you can see this all right. I'm just going to leave it like that for a moment. So you can pause the video if you like. Make sure the code's the same as mine. So hopefully you've all paused it if need be. And we'll continue on. I'll just break this up. So let's just cut that comment. And we'll paste it in. You could add another comment to this line. I'm just going to create line breaks around it. So we know this is all for the height. Obviously, if you want to put more explanation in, please go ahead and do so. And then we're going to copy all of that again. And we'll paste it in. So this time we want to change option button rect to quit. We'll change the comment as well. Let's come to the height. So obviously it's going to be ×3. Now the offset we're going to have to add ×2. And we'll come below here. So we've defined the position of the start, the option, and the quit button. And we'll just come here, we'll say if, open and close brackets again, inside the brackets, underscore start button rect, dot, contains. We're going to open and close brackets again, come inside those brackets, we're going to say input dot mouse position. Let's come to the comments. If start button rect, we'll just say, well, exactly where it is, contains the mouse cursor. Come to the line below, play hover sound, put player, sorry, play hover sound, open and close brackets, close that line off, into the comments, call function, and I'll just copy and paste that naming convention in. And we can actually just copy all of that. We'll paste it in. And we'll paste it in. And we'll just change out the variable. Now you could do this as a series of OR statements in the same line, but I find it works better like this, but you can go ahead. I've shown you how to write OR in code before by 2 vertical bars, but exactly the same code now. Quit button rect. We don't need to change anything else other than this variable and the comment. And we'll just save that off there. And I think we'll leave it here for this lesson. Obviously, we have some more code to get in place before this will work, but hopefully we can get that done in the very next lesson. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.